luckiest. Let's hear it.
That's my baby brother. So I'm going to invite Ari to come on up, stay right where you are for a couple of words.
I'm here. It's just you. You just radiate.
So Simon is actually just grabbing his speech and fish mine out of my pocket. You'll have to bear with us. Simon and I were kind of focused on other things, and we both sort of talked to each other last night and discovered that neither of us had really spent a whole lot of time on the stage. So I gotta go. It's Leora's height. One Leora's height. Okay, so just bear with us and, you know, forgive us any kind of flubs and things like that.
And many jokes that were already been made.
Right, so we're going to repeat a lot of the jokes.
During my adolescence and young adulthood, I spent a lot of time searching for the perfect guy. With every terrible date I went on, and with every relationship I experienced, I began to understand and learn what kind of man I was hoping to meet and be with for the rest of my life. By the time I was 24 years old, I developed a firm set of criteria in my mind for what kind of guy he had to be. In November 2004, he finally came along. He was homeless, living between his car and his friend Yoram's couch. His closet was the trunk of his car. He had just moved to Toronto from Papua New Guinea after spending a year away. He was unshaven, and he was jobless. It was perfect, I thought to myself. He was everything I ever wanted and more. Within a few weeks, he was living in my parents' basement. Finally, I'd met the man of my dreams. Although all of these things are true about Ari, the moment I met him, I knew he was someone special. I saw past his unfortunate circumstances and knew that they could only be temporary. Ari has a fantastic appreciation for the absurd. He's hysterical and makes me laugh every day. Ari has the biggest heart of anyone I know. One of the things I love most about Ari is his ability to converse with anyone about anything, and the way he never makes anyone feel badly for not sharing the same vast amount of knowledge. He's incredibly humble. There's never a dull moment with Ari, and there's no one I would rather share my life with. Although we have shared many crazy adventures together over the past 4 years, I know the best is yet to come.
Yes.
So, in 2004, I moved to Toronto. We're all clear on the details. I promise you, I'm now gainfully employed. I have an apartment. I don't live out of my car. I remember getting there and a few days later talking to my friend Yoram about a party that he was going to. And he made it very clear that there would be some very cute Jewish girls, and that it would definitely be in my best interest to make my way over there at some point that evening. What I didn't know was just how significantly that party would improve my life. I only remember a few things about the party. I remember showing up with a bunch of my Winnipeg expatriate friends who were living in Toronto, and immediately seeing this unbelievably gorgeous girl with these amazing blue eyes standing in an intimidating group of her friends. I remember slowly working up the courage to go up and talk to her. 2 drinks later, I found myself mid-conversation with Simon Levy. We started with light chit-chat about our mutual love of the board game Risk, and moved on to discuss Simon's interest in the criminally insane, her sense of direction, and her love of Ali G in The Office. Suffice it to say, as we spoke, I found myself wondering just how I would ever be able to repay Yoram. A few days later, we went on our first date. At some point in the evening, Simone spilled a full glass of white wine on herself. And unlike some girls, who might freak out a little bit, she laughed it off by saying, "You should know this may happen quite a lot." I really do remember thinking to myself, this may be the coolest person I've ever met. 4 years and many glasses of mutually spilled white wine later, I can now say with certainty that, Simone, you are the coolest person I know. You're the most wonderfully amazing person I know. You're the most beautiful person I know. You're the most caring and loving person I know. You're the most supportive person I know. And the most hilarious person I know. You've changed my life in so many ways that sometimes I wonder that if without you, I might still be living out of my car wearing a sheepskin-lined denim jacket.
Ari and I got engaged, we knew we wanted to get married here in Martha's Vineyard. Every summer since I was a little girl, I spent time here with family and friends, and it has remained my favorite place. I've shared so many unforgettable times here with so many of you, and it is really what makes this place so meaningful to me. Soon after Ari and I started dating, we came to Martha's Vineyard, and it became a very special place for us both.
Being in this amazing location, inside a tent, overlooking the ocean in a meadow, I can't help but think that the really impressive view is inside the tent. I look around and I see 255 people who we love and who love us. People who we've known, we spent summers with, family simplas with, sat in courses and high school classes with. People who we've known since we were babies and people who we've just met this year. People who have traveled from Israel, South Africa, Australia, England, and from all over North America. It makes us feel so special to know that we have such close friendships and family members that you would come all this way to celebrate with us. It's been more than a little surreal to see all of you here and know that it's our wedding weekend and you're here to celebrate with us. And we just want you to know that we love you all.
My only sadness is that my grandparents, Inky and Avi, and Beryl are no longer with us. Inky and Avi loved vacationing here so much, and although neither of them got to meet him, I know they would have loved Ari very much. I think about them every day and wish they could have been here. Unfortunately, Edwin was not able to travel here this weekend, and we miss him here tonight.
Also, my grandparents, Otto and Friedel Schaefer, and Phil and Anita Goldstein. I can't help but imagine just how important it would have been for them to be here. And we know that they're here with us in spirit, and seeing everybody here and knowing how they would have interacted with all of you makes me just know how wonderful a family I still have and wonderful a family that, is here with me tonight.
We just want to take a minute to thank everyone who made this incredible weekend possible and so memorable. Owen and Elaine, thank you so much for those delicious ribs on Thursday nights. Every summer they seem to taste better than the last. Evelyn and Steve, thank you so much for hosting the wonderful Shabbat dinner. Although there were so many of us there, you found a way to create such a warm atmosphere. Ever since I met you, I've always felt very welcomed into your family. And you've always made me feel very at home. I'm so fortunate to have you as my in-laws. Mom and Dad, I just want to thank you so much for everything you put into this wedding weekend. It has been an absolute dream come true for us both, and we can't express enough how appreciative and lucky we feel. To all of my family who have been staying in our home over the past 2 weeks, and as of tonight, we counted 22. Thank you so much for all of your help in preparing for this weekend with us. It has been such a fantastic time with you all, and we will never forget it. I also want to thank the Stones for hosting such a thoughtful and special shower for me, and Jax and everybody else who helped to make such a special bachelorette party for me. Thank you, and also thank you to my Derner friends for such a wonderful bachelorette party in New York.
And I also want to thank Pearl and Paul. Pearl, your unbelievable poise and level-headedness and calmness has helped us through an unbelievably crazy week, preparing the house, getting things ready, and I can't imagine having done any of these things without you. And Paul, we've said it a few times, but I'm pretty sure that small South American countries have been invaded with a little bit less organization that went into building and putting together everything. It's a testament to your ability to get anything done that you put your mind to, and we can't thank you enough for everything that you've done. You both have been so wonderful to me from the moment I met you, inviting me into your home, literally, and I couldn't possibly ask for a better set of in-laws. And to my parents, thank you again so much for putting on such a beautiful Friday night dinner. It was fantastic. Everybody's been telling me just how warm and wonderful it felt. Even though there were almost 200 people in the room, it felt like a small Shabbat dinner. It felt like a family Shabbat dinner. I know that's what you were trying to do. And I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done for me. From the moment I first came into this world to now, I can't even tell you how immeasurably wonderful you've made my life and how immeasurably wonderful you've made tonight for me. I also wanted to thank my sister, Leora.
I'm here.
Haley. Thank you so much for everything you've helped out with this weekend. Thank you for emceeing tonight. You really are the best person, my best woman, my best friend. It's fantastic to have you here and have you help out in so many ways. I love you so much, and I just want to thank you and David and Ezra for everything. And a special, one last thank you, I promise we're very close to being done. I just wanted to thank also Bart and Lisa Smith. who've been helping out with everything you see here. They have been involved in, and they've done an amazing job putting this together. We couldn't have done it without them as well. And finally, that's it. We're at the end of the speech. I just want to make sure everybody knows the party is just beginning. I hope you all enjoy yourselves, dance, drink, and thank you again, everyone, for coming.
I just want to, we have one last special dance before we will continue all the amazing music that we were hearing. There's a very special Jewish tradition on the marriage of a parent's last child to be married called the Mazinka. And it's a dance where my parents, Evelyn